I want you guys to turn your car into a red pill university. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is most of you, okay, maybe not all of you, but most of you have cars. Most of you are commuting somewhere every single day, whether it be to work, to the gym, to go get your food. You're constantly in your car. And when you are in your car, instead of listening to blue pill music or watching blue pill movies on your DVD player, okay, instead of doing that and filling your mind with garbage and filling your mind with bullshit that is not going to help you, instead what I want you to do is turn your car, turn your vehicle into a red pill university. Okay, what do I mean by that? Basically, what I want you to do is start listening to coaching videos like mine or any other red pill content creators that you like. Okay, it doesn't just have to be me. And whenever you're in your car, start educating yourself. Start listening to these videos instead of music, instead of movies. Okay, turn your car into your very own university. Because I guarantee you're gonna learn 1,000 times more from these red pill coaching videos and from red pill content creators than you ever will from any class you've ever been in college, from any university you've ever attended, from any TV show you're watching, from any movie you're watching, obviously, from any songs you're listening to on the radio. Okay, because when you're doing that stuff, you are wasting your time. Okay, you are wasting your time, son. I mean, I'm at a point where I've got 1,000,000 years of red pill knowledge in my head that I wish I could just transfer over to you, that I wish I could like put on a chip and put it into your brain, right? Unfortunately, we don't have that technology yet. The best thing I can do is just put out these red pill coaching videos and cross my fingers that you sit there and listen to them and you apply them to your own life. Okay, but the best way to absorb these coaching lessons, the best way to learn from them is by actually taking the time to listen to them. And if you're somebody like me who spends a lot of time traveling in your car, you will want to make use of that time. Okay? Instead of the movies, music, and Nintendo you're playing in your car, whatever, instead of doing that, turn your car into a university. Turn your car into a red pill university where you can actually educate yourself and grow as a man, become stronger as a man, become more educated as a man, where you can take this knowledge to red pill yourself, to unplug yourself from the blue pill matrix. Because a lot of guys ask me, like, how do I unplug myself from all these old blue pill idealisms and all these old blue pill fantasies that I've always wanted to fulfill? How do I unplug from all this? It's hard. It's like, dude, you gotta start listening to more of these coaching videos because we're constantly telling you how to do that. The more of these coaching videos you listen to, the more of this content you listen to, the more red pill awareness you will have. Not only with women, but with life, with money, with yourself, with finances, with getting into better shape. Every area of your life, you can apply this red pill awareness, this red pill knowledge. And the more you surround yourself with it, especially if you're new to it, the more you surround yourself with it, the more easily you will absorb it. And if you're a guy, like any guy, you spend a lot of time in your car. Okay, you spend a lot of time in your car, and you should not waste that time. You should be using that time to turn your car into your own personal little classroom. Do you guys remember the very first Superman? It was Superman 1, 1978 with Christopher Reeve. So the original Superman. Okay, obviously it wasn't the original because then we would have to go back to like, I think it was George Reeves in the 1950s, right? When they had the black and white TV show Superman. But I'm talking about the movie Superman. The first one, 1978, in the very beginning of the movie, basically Superman was coming from his planet, was it Krypton? Yeah, he's coming from Krypton, and his parents put him in this contraption, right? It looked like an egg. They put him in this egg that traveled to Earth over several years. And while he was in this contraption traveling to Earth, he was basically listening to an audiobook, right, of his father teaching him all sorts of lessons, educating him, giving him priceless knowledge as he was traveling to Earth as an infant. And it was all he was doing was being educated on his way to Earth. And these lessons would stay with him for his entire life. And you want to do the same thing, because your car is very similar to that egg that Superman was in, where he was learning all of these lessons. Okay, and you want to take advantage, because a lot of you guys have long commutes, right? A lot of you guys are in your car just for hours and hours every single day. Don't waste that time. Turn your car into a red pill university. Now, obviously, if you have passengers in your car, they might not appreciate hearing this stuff, especially since most people are still plugged into the blue pill matrix and they're still clinging on to those blue pill idealisms. So if you put on a coaching video like mine or anybody else that is espousing red pill awareness, they are probably going to freak out and jump out of your car and probably walk around your car and key it. They'll write F you right on your car, right? I've seen people just flip out over this content. It's insane. Adults, grown adults, like flip out when all you're doing is preaching reality. You know, the truth is just too hard to take for most people. So when you're with people who are still blue pill, obviously you do not want to just out of nowhere turn off the radio and suddenly like turn up the red pill content because they'll likely flip out, okay? Especially if she's a woman who has never been red pilled, or a beta SJW that you happen to be driving. I don't know why you would be with someone like that, but say it's like a work function and this person happens to be in your car. Yeah, not the best time to listen to red pill content. So generally you want to listen to this stuff when you are by yourself, when you are alone and you're commuting on your own. Okay, unless you have another buddy of yours who you know is red pilled or who is ready to be red pilled, then obviously, yeah, it's fine. But anyone else that, you know, you don't think is going to sit well with them because they're still plugged into the matrix, obviously, yeah, you want to tone it down. You don't want to share this red pill knowledge with them because they will flip out on you. They may key your car. They may call the police. Okay, I've heard stories of certain people. I think it was like one person was in an Uber or something like that, and they were being driven somewhere, and they were having a conversation in the back of the Uber with their other guy friend, and they were talking about women, like what has happened since women have been allowed to vote. And this person who was driving them, I don't know if it was a male or female, but the person driving them literally stopped the car and was like, "Get out before I call the police." Just because they're talking about whether women should have the right to vote or not, and they were pointing out statistics to each other about what has happened since women were allowed to vote. Basically, it's done nothing but balloon the welfare state, increase, like just literally explode our taxes and increase the size of government. So obviously these guys were coming to the conclusion like, no, you know, they should, it should be taken away. And so they were sitting in the back of the car. I mean, they weren't even conversing with the Uber driver, but literally in the middle of conversation, it was like, get out of this car now before I call the police. It's like, wow, man. It's insane that free speech can be threatened like that. You know, like just because you're having a conversation that might conflict with this other person's ideas, now they are willing to call like authorities on you just to try to shut you up. You know, it's like these people have never read the Constitution. In any case, just to sum up this coaching video, you really, really want to use your time effectively, especially while you're in your car. And, you know, it doesn't mean that you can never listen to music again, or you can never kind of just like chill in your car and not listen to anything if you don't feel like it. It just means that most of your time spent in your car should be educating yourself. Okay, it should be listening to audiobooks. It should be used for filling your mind with ideas, business ventures. I mean, say you want to start a business, you want to free yourself from your job. You should be listening to other people who have built businesses, successful businesses that you can learn from. Okay, and one thing that I am big on, and I've taught this before, is firing your teachers. okay? Firing your teachers and hiring mentors instead, because you will learn 1,000 times more from any mentor than you ever will any teacher who's hiding in a classroom, hiding behind his desk. Okay, you'll learn 1,000 times more from a mentor. Personally, for me, I mean, I'm at a point where I could afford to hire a teacher, take university classes all over again if I wanted to on a subject, but I'm also able to hire a mentor. And mentors are a lot more expensive than teachers, by the way. I mean, the last mentor I was looking at who said that he could help 10x my business. I mean, this is a multimillionaire himself. He's also on YouTube. He's, you know, pretty successful guy there. I mean, this guy for mentorship, I believe it was like a few days, was like $25,000. That is what his time is worth. And I understand that. I totally understand that. I totally get that. Okay? $25,000 for 3 days is a lot more expensive than any university out there. Most mentors, the reason why they're so expensive is because they are doing exactly what you want to do already. They are already experts at what you want to do. So when you hire them, the first thing they will do is prove to you that they are who they say they are. Do you get the same thing from a teacher? Absolutely not. Teachers don't prove to you who they say they are. They go, hey, look at these degrees. See that diploma, mister? See that one? That one was from Yale. See that one? That's where I got my master's. It's like, okay, but what have you done in the real world? See that degree? Right? This is why I'm all about hiring mentors and firing teachers. There's not much I've ever learned from a teacher other than life lessons. You know, one of my favorite teachers was Mr. Dalton, my French teacher in high school. Shout out if you're watching, Mr. Dalton. I learned a lot from you. But outside of Mr. Dalton, I really didn't learn much from any other teachers. Because as I'm saying, you will always learn more from mentors than you will teachers. But at the end of the day, you do want to turn your car into your own personal university, into your own personal college, where you can learn, you can educate yourself, you can grow, and you can become a better man. This is why I love driving. Some people are like, why do you like driving so much? So I love listening to this stuff while I'm driving. All right, I'll pull over, get some food, eat in my car, continue listening, continue educating myself. Because at the end of the day, it's getting a little late around here. At the end of the day, your car is not just a car, but it is a university, right? So with that said, this is Matt Cross. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also hit that notification bell up top so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video. Also, more importantly, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's very important you guys actually subscribe to the channel. It tells YouTube that you are digging my content, you're loving it, and you want me to produce more of it. So make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. It helps me out a ton. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. And for you guys who want to support my work and support my content and everything I'm teaching guys here even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium member of my premium Alpha Male content channel, which I am hosting on a separate platform away from YouTube. Okay, just because I don't trust YouTube anymore to suddenly demonetize all my videos or suddenly deplatform me just because I'm teaching you guys all of this red pill awareness lately, all of this red pill knowledge, right? I just don't trust them. So I'm hosting my premium content channel on a private platform away from YouTube. And if you want to become a premium subscriber of that channel, it's only $1 for the entire first month. Okay, it's only $1. And all you have to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It only takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Real quick, guys, as I'm visiting San Francisco, this is my old middle school. This is where I went to school for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Okay, this is actually a public school. Because when I was in elementary school, I used to go to a private Catholic school. I went to private Catholic school my entire life, except for this 3-year period that I was here, right? This was kind of a rough school back then in the 80s when I went here. A lot of just kind of like kids from gangs and, you know, kids would be bussed in from the worst parts of San Francisco to go to school. My dad felt like while I was in private school, I needed to toughen up. And he felt like the best way to toughen me up is to send me to this like doghouse of a public school. And it's still here, it's still in operation. I think they've cleaned it up a bit, but when I was going here, man, this was pretty rough school. right? It was a pretty rough school. There were fights every single day breaking out, and I was in the middle of a lot of those fights. And this is why I went through a period in high school where I was just getting in all sorts of trouble. You know, I was a good kid. I played football. I was a jock and everything like that, but I did not back down from a fight. But yeah, I'm here visiting my family right now, and not too far away from Hayden Ashbury, where I grew up. My family moved to a different part of the city, but I'm here this weekend visiting them before I head back to LA. As you guys know, I live in LA now, so it's always nice coming back home.